Hello and welcome back to episode 1, Club 2 of Unknown to World Known. We're on the move today because we're joining BK HACKEN. Let's go meet the team. And here we are, BK HACKEN, higher Page, in a move which is sure to spark plenty of heated debate. AndrewPlays has left Osterland FF to join BK HACKEN. Page arrives with a record of 24 wins, 13 draws and 23 defeats in his career. His first game in charge will be against Halmsted's BK in the Allsvenskan on the 30th of July. I can't see the date of this announcement. Page will face pressure to bring immediate success to the Bravida arena, having stepped up from his previous standing to take sole charge, and will need to hit the ground running if he is to win over those who believe his appointment is a questionable decision. Henrik Rydström was considered favourite for the job, but it's unclear whether the club favoured me all along. So Osterland will, of course, now be looking for a new manager. However, it's picked up that I prefer to use the 3-4-1-2. That is now getting very questionable. Page was reported to be one bad result away from the sack earlier this season, and will now be hoping for a better experience upon getting the Ghana post. And so far, BK HACKEN have been playing above all expectations, find themselves in 6th place in the Allsvenskan, and we have drawn 3 of our last 5 games in the league. Now I believe the previous manager wasn't sacked. I think he just left. So in theory, we're joining a good team. They are predicted to finish 12th, despite the fact that they're currently 6th. They're not a team that are particularly expecting to do amazing at the moment. Ground only built in 2015 though, and it's picked up the 3-4-1-2. I don't know if this is based on because I've come in using it, or if this is what they're recommending that we use. I'm a bit worried if that's what they're recommending we use, because we did not have a great history with the 3-4-1-2, but we'll see what we've got. We have got Muziolik, who of course scored some goals against us last time. We've of course scored some goals against Osterland when we played them in the cup. It's just now occurred to me that we played them in the cup. It hadn't clicked at all until now. So we want to play entertaining football, develop players using the club's youth system, sign players to sell for a profit, which I'm not a big fan of, but at this level you probably do need to somewhat. However, we need to avoid relegation, and then after that just continue remaining in the division. We do actually have a transfer budget here of £2 million, which is quite impressive, I'd say. Of course, we've actually skipped the Superettan from the 2nd division in Sweden, and we've gone straight into the top division, where we're going to be competing with teams like Malmo and AIK. So it will be tough for us to battle some of these teams, but hopefully we will have enough to be able to compete in the league. So we've got 17 games gone, 30 games to go. So we've got 13 games remaining in the season. So far, we've won 6, drawn 6, and lost 5. So they've done decent, but nothing too outstanding. Hopefully, we can continue what they've done in the first half of the season. They look like they had a really good start. Yes, there's a couple of losses in there, but they've picked up some big wins, including one against Malmo. And then they started to drop off. Out of interest, was I right in saying that the manager wasn't sacked? So the manager left his role to go and manage Göteborg, who are actually 5th in the division. They're predicted to finish 6th, so they are predicted to have a better team. However, not massive difference in terms of where they are in the league right now. We don't play them until late on the season, so that probably won't get caught on camera, unfortunately. But what we will do is we'll have a go at the Halmstad's game in just a moment. But before we do that, let's go and have a little look at what we've got staffing wise. So we need to bring in a coach from the looks of it. Maybe a goalkeeping coach, and we need to bring in some performance analysts. Squad depth report looks very good, actually. We've got great players in every position bar right wing back. Lots of good players on the left wing, and a great striker. I'm guessing that'll be there. No, it's Heinz. So Muziolik actually only rated as a good striker, despite that he scored a hat-trick against us at Osterland. So I think looking at that, we're probably going to be looking at the 4-2-3-1 and the 4-3-3. We've got some good holding midfielders, some good attacking midfielders. Maybe we can even have both trained so that they're interchangeable depending on what type of game we're playing. If we're looking at the 4-2-3-1, you can see Heinz is appearing across all 4 of those top 4 positions. So he'll most likely be playing in the attacking midfield so that Muziolik can go up front, I would think. A couple of very good centre mids in Lofqvist and Olsen. And then further back, we've got some very good centre backs there. Arega, Hansen, Hammer. And luckily, only Hansen appears to be playing somewhere else regularly. Kalsas can play left back or right back for us. We've got a good keeper. So hopefully we've got, from the looks of it, a very good starting point for the squad. And then we can build on what we've got. So hopefully we can build on what we've got here and start to get to a point where we might be able to, compete with some of the better teams. It doesn't look like we play attacking football, I will say. It does appear we tend to be somewhat defensive. So I think what we'll do now is we'll go and get ready for our game against Halmstad. I'll go and have a look at the squad, see who's going to be lining up, and I'll come and let you know what the lineup we're going with in our first game in charge is. So the lineup for our first game in charge, we've got Hansen in goal, a back 4 of Krohn, Hansen, Hammer and Kalsars, a midfield of Lofqvist and Adrian. Then we've got Polana, Olsen and Heinz as the 3 behind the striker, which is going to be Muziolik as the sole man up front. We're playing the team actually bottom of the league today, so hopefully we can get off on a good win, and I would hope we can put up a couple past them. Looks like we haven't got many goal scorers in this team, and a lot of them are those 3 behind the strikers. They've mostly been playing a front 2, but I'm hoping what we can do is get Muziolik scoring, which he doesn't seem to have been doing so far this season with just the 1 goal, but hopefully we can turn that around for him. He's got 12 finishing, he's got good heading, so if we can get some good crosses in, we might be able to get him back on the score sheets. He's 6'4", so you would hope so. And maybe if we can get some set pieces towards him as well. Long throw from the left here. Kalsas gets it into the box. Muziolik headers it in, hits the post. It was nearly a fantastic first highlight for us, but the ball is coming out now as Kazini ends the highlight on the ball. Heinz with a corner kick from the right-hand side. Hammer at the far post puts us 1-0 up. And it's a fantastic start to our career at HACKEN. We're already ignoring the talk from Österlen. We're over them. Hammer with a bullet header at the far post, off the bar. Nothing the keeper can do about that one. Olsen with a couple of strong tackles there, but does end up losing out on the ball anyway, as we have the ball played between the centre-backs here. Agardius forward, and then Krohn, our captain there, closing him down, but the ball has gone in behind to Peace. What on earth is that name? Gonna have to look into that, but Krohn lays it across the box to Radulovic to put into an empty net, basically, because of the position of the keeper. Not a lot we could do about the way they got in behind, apart from Krohn was just caught out of position, and then we never really recovered from that. You would like to see Hammer doing a bit more in that slot there. Highlight straight from kickoff though, as Hammer plays the ball forward to Adrian, and we very nearly lose the ball very quickly there. Polana back to Lofqvist, and then Muziolik into Polana. He's going to bring it forward, plays it through to Olsen, 1-on-1 with the keeper, and it's straight at the keeper. That was a good chance. He needs to at least make him dive, really. So at half-time, it's 1-1. It's been a pretty even first half XG-wise, but it's largely because of that one chance they had that they scored. Other than that, we've dominated the shots, we've dominated possession. We've just been caught out once by a defender pushing up a bit too far, unfortunately. Kalsas plays a long ball forward. Muziolik on the end of it. Shot goes wide, but it was a nearly another good goal there. We're going to make a change with 20 minutes to go, with Katara coming on for Olsen. And then Heinz is going to go into the midfield so that Utara, I've misread his name, can go down the wing. Hopefully he can get some crosses in for Muziolik. And also Carlsbach is going to come on in midfield for Adrian. Kalsas with a throw in here. Gets it to Hammer, and then we're able to build from the back. A long ball over the top has found Polana in space on the right. His cross is blocked. Krohn sends it in, and Kalpi's headed it in. I was worried it might have been offside, but it's not. Kalpi with his first ever goal for HACKEN. The cross from Krohn was absolutely ridiculous there. Polana was unlucky with this initial attempt to get it in, But then Crone, first time, straight into the box, and Calpe heads in at the far post. And just in an attempt to see the game out, Brandhoff has come on the right-hand side, replacing Polana. And we're going to go to a 4-1-4-1 just to try and see out this last 5 minutes now. Kaltas with a free kick in our own half, and we're just going to try and keep the ball a bit here. Muziolik inside to Heinz, who has a chance to run through on goal. Doesn't quite have the pace, but he lays it out to Calpe, who knocks it back. Muziolik with the shot, but there was a great block in there from one of the defenders. We do get a corner, though, so we could still get a goal from this if Heinz can find his man. Heinz sends the corner in, and it's to the near post where there's nobody there. And we might actually be in danger of a counter-attack there. Never mind. We've just had Lofquist just kick someone, and in doing so has actually got to go off the pitch injured. So we're going to be playing a 4-4-1 for the last few minutes here. And we've done enough to see the game out. We're a 2-1 win. You would say, for the most part, really, it was us that controlled the game. They had a couple of chances, but really, I think they had a couple of good chances where we created lots of chances. I'm not really sure which one you prefer. Somewhat in the middle of the two. Either one is quite good to be doing. But we've picked up a win that sends us up to 5th as it stands. So less than ideal. Lofquist is going to be out for 3 to 4 weeks. But not the worst case scenario for us, because he did help us pick up the win when you think about it. So we'll come back for the Swedish Cup second round and the game against Malmö. The reason for the Swedish Cup second round, if we win that, we qualify for the group stage, which then takes place at just before the start of the following season. So it'll be interesting to see if we can find our way into that group stage, and then of course we can come back at the start of the next season to see how we do in that group stage. So if you have enjoyed that, please do leave a like down below, comment your prediction for the remaining games of the season. Do you think we're going to sneak into those European slots? It's not entirely out of the realms of possibility, because they've been in them. At one point they were actually top of the league. It was early on, but we're right on the verge, so we are technically in that battle, I would say. And also, let me know if you think, without us there, will Østland end up getting relegated? Or will they survive? Out of interest, how did they get on in their first game without me? They drew 1-1. I almost want them to get relegated because I'm a very, very bitter person. I'm very unhappy about how it went down there. Please do subscribe as well if you are enjoying the content on the channel. And thank you very much for watching.